Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. How y'all doing, folks? So I know I'm very late on this, but some Musashi got a buff. Now I didn't think too much of it. I didn't think much of it at all until I went to the hellish, devilish, awful website that is Twitter. And then I saw some opinions in there. That usually I would just not take it seriously at all, but a lot of people were taking it seriously. A lot. And it was kind of entertaining at first, but then it just continued for 2 days straight. Somehow. I don't know how. So this is why I'm making this video in the first place. Now, before I get ahead of myself, let's go over her actual buff. So Summer Musashi got a buff to her NP, which increases her base damage by 150%, which is fine. It's fine. It's good. And then her new effect is extra damage against Saber class servants by 200%, and it scales off of overcharge. Now I looked at this and I was like, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of nutty. Like that is a 200%. Like that is insane. Isn't as widespread as something like damage up against like ARP enemies. No, but like still Saber class servants is still like that is every single every time now that you go into a servant like challenge quest or whatever, she's gonna come to mind. Why is my camera like this? What the fuck? That's better. Every time that you get a Saber servant that you're gonna go against, she's gonna come to mind. She's just always gonna be there. And like, why were people mad about this? Like, this is such an incredible buff. Like, what? So more importantly, what people were mad about, and this is just like the hypocrisy that everybody knows Fago players has, is just mad that she didn't get like a battery. Essentially, people wanted her to be just like a summary Buki, like another summary Buki, and he's just like, why? Like why? Like, look, if and this happens every single time the servant gets a buff, or every time the servant gets a buff, they're like, give them a battery, and then when they do give them a battery, they complain about giving the battery because it's so unoriginal, right? And that's the same song and dance that happens every single time. Nothing special, right? But like this time was just like especially egregious because it's direct competition to Summer Buki, who is literally the most broken. Is she the most broken DPS? I mean AoE DPS, I guess. But like, why? Like, why do we want everybody to be Summer Buki? Why? Because at this point, if you want everybody to be Summer Buki, then nobody is Summer Buki. Because everybody's just top tier at that point. Like, what is the point, man? What is the point? No, let's go back to her buff itself. Like, everybody calling it niche. First of all, like, some people are mad that it's not for all sabers. Like, if it was for all sabers, not all saber servants, you're getting rid of the archer class. Like, at this point, you're just getting rid of the archer class. Like, sure, she's good if you have like a Springens with like 17 billion HP on wave 1, wave 2, or wave 1 even. She's not gonna be able to deal with it properly. That's fine. But like, clearly that's not the direction they're going with. They're making her center to be like a deep, like a challenge quest destroyer. That's her role. That is her role. She's not the same as Summer Buki. She's not meant to be. I mean, she can loop, but clearly that's not the direction that they want her to go. That's clearly not the direction that she wants her to go, and that's fine. Nobody has to be Samurai Buki, and that's fantastic. Like, and some people are undermining the exact buff. Like, it's 200% against a servant class. Like, that is insane. Like, Summer Murasaki, which got 150% of the damage up against earth enemies, and she immediately shot up because her damage just became ridiculous. And Summer Musashi got 200% on top of already the damage buff that she got. Like, what? And you're saying this buff is just not enough. It's just not enough. Like, okay, we just gotta come to the consensus that, Fago may not have the best, balancing team. It may not have the most intuitive gameplay, but at the same time, at the end of the day, they still making an effort, and it's still like much better than making all the servants the same. is better than making all the servants do the same exact thing. Now that's out of the way, let's get to the important stuff. So anyways, we're getting Banner 3 for sure with Jalter rerun, right? Animation update for her, and as well as a buff to her attack, her skill 3. We're getting all of that. It's gonna be